Hello, my lovely people. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about all things self-love. I am so very passionate about this topic right now because it's something that I've been working so very hard on myself, and I'm so excited to share all of my tips and tricks with you. So number one is to build trust with yourself. Basically, the way that I look at this is how you would build trust with somebody else. When they tell you they're going to do something and they follow through with it, you start to build trust with them because they are following through and matching their words to their actions. So basically just taking that and applying it to yourself. So when you say you're gonna start eating more healthy, for example, following through with that and actually making the conscious effort to eat more nutritious foods. If you say you're gonna wake up, let's say at 7 a.m. one day, follow through with yourself and wake up at 7 a.m. When we tell ourselves we're gonna do one thing and then we do a completely other thing, it results in a lack of trust within ourselves. So when you start to follow through with yourself, when you find yourself in another situation where you need to make a decision or you are even just speaking on behalf of yourself, you will have more trust within yourself and be more confident in yourself. Number two is to love yourself like you love others. Me personally, I am just a huge lover girl. I love showing my love to the people that I care about through any possible way, words of affirmations, gift giving, anything. So if you know you're capable of loving other people, why not give that same exact love to yourself? You have to love yourself like the person that you love most in your life. And this doesn't mean just like treating yourself every now and again, because obviously that can be considered self-love. Buying yourself a new purse or new clothes, or even treating yourself to a dinner. That's obviously self-love, but also when you love somebody, you are patient with them, you're kind to them, you speak nicely to them, you trust them. You see where I'm going with this? So you want to love yourself like you would love somebody else. You want to speak kind to yourself. You want to be patient with yourself and just be easy on yourself as you would somebody else. Treat yourself like the person that you love most in your life. Okay. Number three, I've preached about this so much on my TikTok. I feel like if you don't follow me on TikTok, you should. Shameless plug right there. Number three is to validate your own emotions. And I could get so passionate about this because this is something that I'm in the process of learning to do myself. Nobody has lived the same exact experience as you. Nobody is you. So nobody has the right to tell you how you should feel about a situation. Therefore, if you're in a situation and let's say sadness comes up or anger comes up, knowing this concept in the back of your brain that literally nobody is you, nobody has had the same exact life experiences as you, should help you to validate yourself in whatever emotions are coming up. Your feelings are always valid, and don't let anybody tell you any differently, okay? When you're able to master this concept of being able to validate yourself, you are mastering self-love, because being able to validate your own emotions and feelings, that's loving yourself. That is true self-love. Next, I want to talk about listening to your intuition. Oh my gosh, it is so important to listen to your intuition and not ignore any gut feelings that you may have about any particular situation, environment, person, anything. Don't ignore your intuition. If something or someone or somewhere doesn't feel good to you, don't ignore that. Listen to that feeling that you're getting in your gut and act on it. Whether that means setting some sort of boundary or just completely removing yourself from the situation, it is so important to protect your heart and your peace and just your energy as a whole, because when you disregard that, that is not showing your self-love. Your intuition knows what serves you. Your intuition knows what's best, and you cannot ignore it. So another point I want to add to that is to not mistake your anxious thoughts for your intuitive thoughts. What I've learned about this is that anxious thoughts tend to feel more, the way that I was just about to say anxious is crazy. So anxious thoughts will send you more into a fight or flight type of mode and cause you to overthink or just freak out internally. That's more so what an anxious thought is. Whereas an intuitive one is kind of just like an intuitive hit in your brain, in your gut, whatever you want to say. Hi, I'm editing right now. I just wanted to explain this concept a little bit further because I feel like I didn't do a good job in explaining it. But you want to ask yourself questions like, is this thought aligned with the situation that I'm presently in, or is it causing me to spiral? Is this thought helping me, or is it sabotaging me? Is this thought coming from a place of fear? Questions like that to help you kind of be able to tell the difference between the two. Also, getting out of your head and tapping into your body, noticing physical symptoms that the thought causes. Normally, anxious thoughts will cause you to have more physical symptoms such as discomfort or a fast heartbeat, clammy hands, the typical symptoms of anxiety. Whereas with intuitive thoughts, you're not going to feel those types of symptoms in your actual physical body. We also normally get intuitive hits when we are in situations where we don't want to listen to them, which is kind of ironic. For example, if you are committing a crime willingly, I know it's a dramatic example, but like that little thought in the back of your head that's telling you that what you're doing is wrong would be considered your intuition. This can be applied to a job or a relationship that you're maybe staying in and doesn't feel good to you. The little thought in the back of your head that's telling you that it doesn't feel good is an intuitive thought. Another pointer is that when you start to implement those trust practices that I was talking about in the beginning of this video, you will automatically start to trust yourself more and being able to decipher the difference between an anxious thought and an intuitive one. Moral of the story is that listening to your intuition is self-love. Okay, so don't ignore it. Back to the video. Something that I found to be really helpful on my self-love journey is making lists. And I do this literally with everything in my life. I make lists of everything, but especially in this journey of learning how to truly love myself, I've made a hefty amount of lists. For example, a list of reasons why you are lovable. That list changed my entire perspective on myself and really helped me know and value my worth as a person. Sit down and literally bullet reasons as to why you're lovable, and whether you can come up with 5 or 100 reasons why you're lovable, at least you have the list started to be able to look back on and add to, or just to be a reminder to yourself as to why you're lovable and just to know your worth in general. Another idea of a list that you can make is a list of standards. So whether that's a list of qualities that you look for in a partner or standards when it comes to friendships, anything like that, making a list of those things to kind of keep yourself in check and make sure that you're following through with those things when you are entering a new relationship or when you make a new friend. Self-love is not disregarding those standards and putting another person before you, whether it's a friend, a relationship, anything like that. It's not disregarding your well-being to go do a certain activity that doesn't make you feel good. And for me personally, I write all of these things in my notes app on my phone so that I have them as a reminder to just be able to easily access and look back at them, add to them, take things off of them, whatever you need to do. Just having things written down for yourself is a life changer. And last but not least is just knowing that true self-love will not feel easy at first. It will get easier over time, but be easy on yourself. Being able to truly love yourself takes time, effort, and consistency. I noticed that it actually felt pretty foreign at first when I started doing all of these practices, because when you're used to putting others before yourself, it'll feel so uncomfortable to start putting yourself before others. To take other people off of the pedestal and put yourself on it will feel foreign to you. But I promise you, with time, effort, and consistency with all of these practices, it will get so much easier and it'll just become habit and routine to yourself. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to follow along with me on my healing journey, self-love journey, all that, you can connect with me on my Instagram or my TikTok, which are both Alyssa Bruton. I'll put the @ right here. I am definitely more active on those platforms rather than YouTube. But yeah, I'm so very grateful for your support, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.